Round 14 of BPL22, and it is the Tasmania Tridents up against the Melbourne Pulse. Val Febo here with you on Rinkside Live for this tantalising clash, because the ladder is looking more and more unbelievable each match we go by. Val Febo, well, as I said, alongside Matt Lucas. Matty, welcome back to you.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? The sort of
No, we're feeling good. We're feeling
cold
good.
leaving you?
No, we're all right, mate.
We're all right? That's what we like. That's what I want to hear. And Connor Munnings, how are you?
Good, Val. Good to be here for this third session of the day.
It's going to be brilliant. We've got the teams of... Who are we going to go with first? We'll go with the Tridents first. Tail-end male, Dylan Fisher, Beck Van Ash. There they are, smiling, happy. Had a good win over the Sydney Lions in the last game out, so they're up to 4 wins, 9 losses. Coach Chris Dudman. And then we've got the Melbourne Pulse. Harry Lester, Alan Fife and Gary Kelly, 2 of which will feature in the Bolster Brisbane match tonight as Alan Fife makes her way to sit down. And coach, of course, Jeremy Henry. So, do we want to go through the ladder?
Why not?
I think that we should, because it's exciting. It really is exciting. The Steamers... Omar won it with the last bowl of the tiebreak against the Melbourne Extreme, which has stopped the Melbourne Extreme going into second position. So they were sitting second for 99% of that contest. And Omar said no. On his 40th birthday, he said, I want all of it to be about me. And it was. Hands in the air, high fives all round. The Ospreys sitting in second on 7 and 6, following them on 7 and 6. The Perth Suns, then the Pirates on 7 and 6, then the Jets on 7 and 6. That's 5th. Then also in 6th on 7 and 6, the Melbourne Extreme. Then the Lions on 7 and 6 in 7th, and the Pulse 7 and 6 in 8th. From 2nd to 8th, they're all on the same ledger. How on earth does this happen? Then the Pioneers, 1 win further back in 9th, but their net sets -7. The Hawks on 5 and 8. The Tridents and Saints 4 and 9 in 11th and 12th. So they're not quite out of it mathematically yet, but wowee. 3 wins separating 2nd to 12th.
What do we call it?
A log jam.
Beaver Dam.
The Beaver Dam. The Beaver Dam log jam.
Damn right.
What a tournament this is. This might be one of the most exciting BPLs to date. We thought BPL20 was awesome. Well, this might just take the cake. Other matches going on. Got the Adelaide Pioneers and the Perth Suns in a really important contest for both. Everything's important now. There's no dead rubbers at the moment. Everything is pivotal. Steamers and the Jets, the Lions and the Saints, the Pirates and the Hawks, and the Ospreys against the Extreme. And that's on the TV rink, so you're back in the Ospreys to win that one. They just don't lose over there. So the Melbourne Extreme was so close to being second on the table. Dylan Fisher and Gary Kelly skipping. Gaz will be featuring in that final match of the evening. Dylan Fisher with his penultimate bowl of a number 1. Just going past. It's Baz favouring here. 1 up or 1 down for the Pulse. Favours the Pulse. Been interesting with Tasmania because they've tended to start with tail and male as the skip, Connor. Dylan Fisher, I think, has done the majority of it throughout the competition. Is that, well,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, no, Taylor's been skipping the
Okay.
majority competition. I think the last few games, though, they've kind of swapped it around a bit.
So, be interesting to see how they go on this rink.
Looking at the last few games and just looking at some stats that Clive Adams came through before. Couple of rounds old now, but Taylor Malin changeover has pretty positive success rate, 75%. That was a couple of rounds ago. So unsure how he went the last two, but he did have the shot this end as well on the changeover.
So it was one to the pulse.
As
Kick us off.
was right.
I was just wondering whether or not we should have issued a red alert for Gary Kelly being on rink 1 here. Just mentioning to some of the spectators and markers and scoreboard flippers or attendants. There's no flipping on the electronic boards there. But if you recall yesterday, Gary Kelly, Pulse were playing this mat up and Jack on the tee. We had jacks flying all over the place, one nearly taking out Matty Bouse. Managed to shield his glasses with his hand, dropped the catch. Omar wasn't all that impressed with that. Said he used to gobble those ones up, but no, Gary Kelly was in an absolute mood yesterday, and another
6
jack
from
flying,
6.
Yeah, flying across the green. I think he let a drive go with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and he just absolutely just flummed it down there and still managed to kill the end.
It was something special.
Well, the Pulse have been playing these minimum length ends, 40%. Probably higher now. Have been minimum length.
And it started to work for them. They had a really slow start to the competition, but they're also at 7 and 6, like pretty much every other damn team in this competition. It's that even. Now, we've got some royalty watching from Palm Springs in California. And I speak of Jess McMullen, wife of Rob McMullen. Rob famously sent Tasmania into the finals of BPL19 last year with 2 bombs to sink the Ospreys. We do miss Rob McMullen, one of the loveliest human beings.
Yeah, great end from Baz. Trying to get this ball, will it to the respot.
Brilliant drive from Taylor Mail.
I think that was just a truck going past behind us there. It wasn't the carnage that ensued after Taylor's bowl.
Is he?
Gary Kelly's first attempt down here on his forehand. All just falling against the bias. Another one counting for the moment. And also getting down towards that respot as well. So we know, as we mentioned, this man has to go and kill the end. He was 6 from 6 last time he was on this rink.
Yeah, if he's going to kill it, he will. We know that.
I'm not sure he's quite given this one the full treatment. It's coming up shy. Snapper another opportunity to add. I think he feels like he might have just overcooked this one. That one just losing it into the ditch. Gary now switching over to the forehand. Barry giving him a toe to beat. Looks like he's done it. He has. He's drawn the shot. Gary Kelly, a very good shot. Snapper with his last bowl now. Probably back him in to recorrect that bowl. He's got a bowl his own to turn up. Oh, he said touch and run. He's made a 2 out of it. A great shot. Very, very nice weight at that. Gave himself an option for sort of 3 results.
Taylor Vale's waiting for Gary Kelly's next bowl, and there was no more,
And he
more
said,
bowls.
Dylan Fisher goes, it's the end of the end, mate.
I think I know what would have happened if Gary had another bowl there. He would have been straight into it. Taylor just cooking that one. Just falling into the ditch. So we've gone from a minimum length to maximum length. Sometimes you're better off giving that first one a bit of a chance, and you know, so what if you lose one? At least you've given it an opportunity. It's always a little bit easier to work back towards the jack than it is to try and keep pressing forward. Probably backtailing in to make a little correction. Although I think he has to pull the handbrake on this one as well. He's lost it.
Try and lengthen this out. Probably take that Gary Kelly drive out of the equation.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a smart move for the Pulse to be playing that kind of length when you've got a guy like Gary who's just so accurate. Those runners, and you know, if he gets the jack, generally going to go finish up pretty close to it in the ditch. Third time, not quite a charm, but certainly an improvement in his first 2. Finds his way to the respot. Barry dialed in here in his 3rd bowl, right on the front of it. Great shot from Barry. Toucher right in front of the jack.
Well, I mean, we've seen the Pulse do those short ends, but they have a positive record on T2T as well. I've won the respot for the Tridents. So an opportunity for Dylan Fisher to swap hands and play a bit of weight through those Pulse bowls.
Yeah, depending on what Gaz does here, I think it sort of looks like he'll be trying to play the forehand to try and tip Snelly's bowl in behind the jack, or even just rest on Snapper's last bowl. He's going to count.
Well, it's becoming a pivotal end for the Tasmania Tridents.
Taylor sort of saying on the forehand, I think it's a little bit protected by that Barry Lester bowl. I think it's more of a backhand shot. Yeah, snapper on the backhand. Can sort of get a bounce off either one of those front ones. He's right in the area.
He's close. Dylan Fisher. Well, he spilled it out and opened it up a little bit.
That's a great shot. Yeah, definitely probably easier access on that backhand side. A couple of options for being a little bit tight as well. Played it really well, snapper.
Pulse is still holding, but lots more room for Dylan Fisher now. Talon says, draw's good, touch is a bonus. Toucher makes 4. He's drawn it.
Do for now.
Back Gary Kelly to come in and finish this one off. Take a 1. Dare say whoever loses this end will call the power play for end number 4 of set 1. This needs to get down. This really needs to get down.
Trying.
Not so sure. That is 1 to Tasmania. So they've done really well there. 3-1 after 3 ends, and Jeremy Henry obliges and calls the power play. So double shots on offer for the Melbourne Pulse. The 3-time champions of the Bowls Premier League. 15, 16 and 19. 2 of their 3 titles have come in tiebreaks. They're a set and 4-2 down in that win last year against the Moreton Bay Pirates.
Barry Lester's approach onto the mat, very methodical. Lines it up before he gets on.
Yeah, it's a great routine. You know, silky smooth delivery as well. When you've got a really robust pre-shot routine, it just means that when those pressure moments come on, or you know, something's a little bit different, you know, you're playing it in front of a camera or whatever it might be, if you've got that robust process to follow, once you start doing that, all the other external noise starts to melt away, and you can actually go through your process and give your bowler, you know, the best chance.
Tweed Ospreys doing what Tweed Ospreys do so well on the TV rink, leading 5-1 over the Melbourne Extreme. That's after 2 ends, so they were down 1-0 and have scored a 5 on the second end. That's huge. No power plays involved there. Moreton Bay lead the Hawks 7-1 after 3. Lions and Saints 2-2 after 2. Oh, it's gone to 7-5 now between the Lions, the Pirates and Hawks. So big 4 picked up by Gold Coast. And the Suns and Pioneers next door, 2-1 after 3. So just 1's being scored. So Moama, they are the team that is mightily close. They're guaranteed to be on top at the end of the day today. So heading into Thursday, they will head the table. You'd think just 3 more wins for them would probably guarantee a spot in the finals. 13 got you in 100% last time, and I'll check BPL20 because that's all we can really go on now with 12 teams. Yeah, 13 wins got you 3rd position at BPL20.
Finishing on top of the ladder for today for Moama Steamers will be a pretty handy birthday present for the birthday boy, Aaron Sheriff.
Yep, turns 40 today. Got his family here as well, big weight. And Gary Kelly has missed one. And at BPL 21, 13 wins would have gotten you into 3rd position. So, plenty of water to go under the bridge. They could have a capitulation, you never know. Things happen. The funny thing is, their net sets are only +4 and their score difference is only +5. So they're dropping totals, but they're just winning when they have to.
Yeah, they got one of the best clutch players in the game, leading them, well, skipping the rink. Gary Kelly.
He's done it again. He has done it again.
They'll lie with 2 on that respot. I think we'll see something pretty similar here from Snapper. Run the jack in here. They've got the Bacchus bowl. Sits on top of it in the ditch. Still interested in it. Said guts it.
How do?
It's extremely unlucky there.
Yeah.
Gary Kelly's toucher in the ditch.
Oh, didn't see that.
Yeah, he had to get the absolute middle of the jack to make it 2. Even if he got it a little bit thicker, he would have had the shot himself. Gary Kelly just getting the opportunity to add. Played a pretty good track at it. It's just going to come up shy. 1 to the pulse, double to 2, and that'll tie this up.
It's not a bad result for Tasmania because now it's even, and they've got last bowl, even though their power play is kind of inconsequential. But
Yep.
I think they'll take that. When you can score, when you can drop a 1 on a power play, not the complete end of the world.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have liked to put it under the number for 2, though.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's not the end of the world exactly. Yeah, certainly even chance in this last end. The pulse deciding on a short jack. I'm sorry, a short mat. And jack, so jack right down on the tee. Just had a feeling like the Tridents might have just tried to bury the jack in the ditch here. Talon opting for the draw. Rests on the shot bowl of Barry Lester. Lays for 1 at the moment. Taylor getting right through to his own bowl and dropping in.
The problem I'm seeing here, Matt, though, is set up well again for Gary Kelly drive.
It might be set up for a Barry Lester backhand. Little sizzler. Oh, he's got the jack onto his own back bowl.
Oh, wow.
He's knocked it far enough to still be down on the respot. That's a cruel result.
That is such a fine effort.
Taylor Mail down on the backhand. Yeah, he's just overplayed that a little bit. Picked a nice road at it. I think that might be the first bowl he's played on that hand this game, so bit of foreign territory for him. Gary is going to slide underneath, I think. Not quite enough speed as well. It's a little bit of a tricky hand, that backhand away from the club. A little bit unders and overs. Fisher. He's played this really well.
Yeah.
Just needs to pull up. Yeah, I think that's enough for a second. Gary, just a slide over correction. Yeah, just seeing a few players struggling on this backhand. Might just be even a shade quicker as well.
So Dylan Fisher, his penultimate bowl of this set. Been pretty on the money in his return to the BPL. Back after 7 years. That will do for number one. Does it give Gary Kelly something to sit on, though?
Gary's starting to talk about whether he just whacks the jack in the ditch. He's not quite feeling the draw, but I think he's been talked into playing another draw shot, have one more go at the draw shot. Another chance to correct. He's doing it pretty well.
Gary Kelly.
Oh, third time's a charm.
And Baz, if he had a hat on, it would have been off. That is splendid from Gary Kelly.
Marcel Marceau there from Barry. Didn't have a hat on. Pretended anyway.
And I think Chris Dudman might have just nominated the kill.
Yeah, interesting call because
Timeout called.
I don't know that you really want to call. You've got the respot. I don't think you should be calling nominating the kill here.
Maybe they didn't. I did see that he offered it. Got it.
No.
But I think the Pulse are still closer.
Yeah, one to the Pulse.
They are. So they defend the power play and they win the set from 3-1 down. 4 shots to 3. The Melbourne Pulse starting to flex their muscle here at BPL22.
It was a cracking shot there from Dill. Even to hit that one bowl target. You know, he was a chance to get the kill. Got had the respot. And he was even a chance to potentially get both of those bowls as well.
So the Tweed Ospreys lead the Melbourne Extreme 8-2 after 4 ends. The first set between the Hawks and the Pirates tied at 7 apiece. The Hawks from 7-1 down have come back. The Lions and Saints. Lions leading 6-3 after 4. The Steamers leading 5-2 over the Jets after 4. The Suns leading 4-1 over the Pioneers after 4. So a couple of teams might be falling away ever so slightly. The Melbourne Extreme were second for a mightily long time. And Aaron Sheriff said, no, 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 no. Beck straight on. Tasmania need to try and find something here. They need to keep winning if there's any chance of manufacturing a comeback in this competition. The Pulse already with a positive ledger, trying to make their way into the finals. Dylan Fisher. Not bad at all. Right on the respot mark too. I feel like this one is... we're waiting for someone to take this match by the scruff of the neck. No one's really found their groove. Can someone take ownership? Is it Dylan Fisher?
Well,
is it Dylan Fisher?
Ask and you shall receive.
Gary Kelly in that first set. Let's wait till he bowls. Well, he probably wasn't as prominent as in the live stream the other day. He still made 3 conversions that ended up in the positive for the Pulse. And he's done it here again.
Oh, that's an incredible result too. Makes it 2.
Or maybe it's Gary Kelly that's just taking ownership.
It seems like everyone wants to take the game by the scruff of the neck now, and that's bodes well for viewing anyway. See another conversion here from Dylan Fisher. Got plenty of opportunities on the back end. Good weight.
He'd split both here and pick up a 4, 5, 6.
think he's turned into the front. He's promoted another bowl. 1 in, 1 out. 2 to the pulse. Kick off this second set.
Yes, it's starting to look precarious for Tasmania. Barry Lester making his way to the bench for job well done. Alan Fife makes her way on. So what has Ellen Fife got with her second bowl? First, her weight was splendid. Second, her weight splendid, and her line pretty darn good as well. Son Archie just turned 1 recently, and I was talking to her last night. Apparently he's got 10 teeth now. Going through his teething days, and we're still getting a couple popping out. Beck, beautifully done. Shot for shot between the two leads. Rebecca Van Ash spills it out nicely. Shot for shot, the leads playing a brilliant end. How's Gary Kelly going to turn here? I think he's going to turn pretty well.
I think Dylan Fisher's just going to look for this here.
Let's see what he does. Oh, he's going to crash. Well,
2-1.
they've actually got a back bowl now, which kind of helps.
Yeah, touch her in the ditch. Melbourne Pulse right under the camera.
Yeah, set a bowl in the ditch. That angle.
Yeah, Barry Lester's touch up.
Looking to promote his own.
It's not quite working. A few results going against Dylan Fisher. He's played some good shots without getting paid for them. Just zero pressure on Gary Kelly. Try and add. Still very drawable here for Snapper. Said it's definitely less, so should get the bend.
just trying to ponder things at the moment. Dylan Fisher, he's not happy with himself. And in the end, that is a 2 more to the Melbourne Pulse. They lead at 4-0 in this second set. That's after 2 power play called by Chris Dudman. They need something here. It was an exquisite lead battle. But Gary Kelly just proving to be a little bit too good at the moment. He is owning this rink. They've been very good when they've been on this rink 1.
Beck Van Ash finishing a very handy position for the Tridents. They do need a number here. Is their power play. Looking to send this game to a tiebreaker.
Els with 3 really good bowls. All in good positions. Can Beck hold? Can Beck hold? Gives Dylan Fisher something to play to. End win here. Connor and Matt, vital for Tasmania's hopes in this match and their tournament. They lose here. Yes, there is a logjam in the table, but it just feels as though that they might be in a lot more strife. Undoing a bit of the good work that they did in that last session to beat Sydney in straight sets. Can Dylan Fisher hold? Can he stay? Timer turns too much. So what are the options here for Gary Kelly with his last bolt of this third end of the second set?
Yeah, Gary's just got to try and beat basically Dylan's last bowl, perhaps with a foot of weight. If he manages, he was asking his last bowl to stay to that back bowl. Trident's bowl, about a foot and a half past the jack. Sort of, if he can fall on the forehand side of that bowl, he'll be happy.
Just like this.
Well,
Tuck the jack around. Ooh.
Didn't quite get the jack, but still not bad.
We might just see a lot of weight here from Dylan. Just power through all of those bowls.
Yeah, all 3 will go if he gets it right.
Currently 2 to the Pulse.
It's either that or he just backs himself to touch the jack for 3, but I think he's got a 3-4 bowl target there. Looks like he's just going to play the little touch up.
Or if he touches it for 3, they make 6. So Dylan Fisher, If this can hold and start to turn, which it won't, it's 2 more to the Melbourne Pulse. The damage is starting to show. 6-0 to the good. Jeremy Henry making a substitute, is he? Or was he waving the power play?
Power play.
Yep, power play. Jack is out. Double shots on offer for the Pulse. If they win this end, game over.
Start there from Beck. Ended up with a fair bit of separation, even though she sort of didn't play a heap of weight at that. Jack sort of scooted along a little bit more than perhaps expected. Alan Fife just slides underneath, touches the Jack, draws the shot.
Absolute class, Melon Fife. We'll be seeing more of her tonight in the Bowls for Brisbane showcase match. Australia Jackaroos versus the rest of the world.
Things just snowballing here for the Tridents. Every little touch just having an impact, and Beck's bowl, I'd wager to say that it would have stayed up without that touch. It just sort of straightened off and made it run straight into the ditch rather than sort of turning alongside it. I don't think it's going to stop her from trying to play it in again here. More aggressive at this.
It's not far off.
Very close.
And Jack in the pit.
Inside half of the bowl, gets to the Jack.
She's been really good since her introduction, Beck. Really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it's so important in that leads position. As much as we generally sort of think about leads as being sort of setting up the heads and drawing, trying to create shots for the skippers, there is the odd occasion where you're already converting with that, second or third bowl. So having leads that have that versatility and definitely have all those shots in their bag, very important in this format.
So drawing to the ditch. Tassie currently holding 1. I need a big multiple to try and get back into this contest. Dylan Fisher.
Oh, great shot.
Dylan Fisher. Fishing for compliments, and he's going to get some.
Gary Kelly, big weight for both the bowls. Thunders into the ditch. We're looking for the inside half of that toucher.
Yep.
Try and get that away from the Jack. Doesn't really want the outside half. It probably just promotes it straight onto the Jack.
Has he done it again? He has done it again.
Has he snuck in?
I reckon he has, yep. Seems
Wow.
that way. Snuck in for a third, Dylan Fisher.
That kind of helps a little bit if Gaz just middles this bowl. Last bowl of snappers now.
Big weight.
Well, he's got 2 away. That's a great shot.
Oh, but I think the toucher is the one that remains.
The touch is the one that stays on the green, yep.
So, final bowl of the end for Dylan Fisher. Try and make it a second and give Tasmania a glimmer of hope. And another ripper from Dylan Fisher.
3 great bowls from Dylan Fisher there.
But a 2. They defend the power play. They need a 5 on this last end. They still have the kill up their sleeve as well, so that is something.
Back to ditch for the Tridents, and back handy start. She's got the weight straight away.
So, what is Beck doing here? Doing pretty well.
Tassie need a 5 here.
Look, it's been done. We've seen it, but I think when you're defending a 5, getting bowls in positions like that is pretty good. And I think Beck, while yes, Jack High bowls, they're not bad. I think she would have liked to have gotten them past. I reckon we may see a nomination to kill as bowls almost intersect on the way through. That's good. That's really good from Beck Van Ash. Ellen Fife with her last bowl of this set. And that is going to be in a very, very nice home. Right on the respot marker too. Maddie's got the virtual chalk out.
Yep.
He's ready to chalk it. Because that was good. So one more match to come today on Rinkside Live before an extended night session with bowls for Brisbane. That contest is between the Jets and the Extreme. That's at 12:15, so 51 minutes from now exactly. And that jack has been trailed away, so that makes a 5 almost impossible. If you're Gary, you tempted to have a little run at the ditch?
Probably not at this stage. I think it's a little backhand draw shot. Another one that beats the front Tridents bowl. Just makes it almost impossible. Maybe you're all too happy with that one.
But I reckon it does. If there is a nomination to kill, maybe it does get in the way slightly.
I think the snapper's rightfully sort of saying if we can advance the shortest bowl and perhaps wriggle on a bit. He's having a little crack at this. Oh, what an effort.
Almost did. Doesn't want to go in the ditch.
Oh, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He played that so well. Great weight at it. You've got to get creative in these sticky situations that you find yourself in, BPL.
And that is very handy.
This is probably more when we're starting to think about a kill.
Yeah.
He has nominated the kill.
There it is.
Interested to know which way he's going to play backhand through the bowl. He must be able to see enough of the bowl.
It's Dylan Fisher to try and send it one more end. Got Gary Kelly's last bowl out, so they'll score a 1 with the final end.
One more to come with Gary.
Oh yes, sorry. I have neglected to see that. So Gaz will send this one down. Is this going to be number 1? It's trundling in pretty darn well.
Got some turning to do.
I reckon it's gone that little bit too far. So 1 to Tassie. They win the last 2 ends of the match. So 4-3, 6-3 in favour of the Pulse. They get the win and they move to 8 wins across the competition. They are starting to form something very, very handy. The Dandenong Club franchise, Jeremy Henry's team of Alan Fife, Gary Kelly and Barry Lester. They'll move into the night session as they try and keep this momentum going. We'll be back in nearly 50 minutes' time. Connor Munnings, thank you.
Thanks, pal.
Looking forward to the Jets and the Extreme up next. Matty Lucas.
Yeah, not a drama, mate. We'll be back.
Should be fantastic. Go and have some lunch, have a coffee, and we'll catch